Leadership is that unique component that can cause an enterprise to succeed or to fail. I'd like to share with you 5 keys that I believe can create successful leadership. For you to be a successful leader, I believe there are 5 keys that make up the character of a leader. Number 1, the first key is that all leadership begins with self-leadership. If you're not leading you, then how can you lead others? I know they say that, leadership is just a journey if you have nobody following you, but I beg to differ. I believe that, there's too much focus on having followers and not enough attention given to the leader himself or herself. You need to be able to lead you before you can lead others. Otherwise, you could just be leading them up the garden path. Self-leadership is about self-awareness, self-discovery, self-development, and self-confidence. It's about having your own strategy and your own plan for your life and where you're going and who you are and what you're about. It's being totally honest and conscious of who you are as a person and taking leadership of that. The Bible tells us that we do not have a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and a sound mind. Sound mind in the Greek is self-discipline or self-control. All leadership begins with not control, but self-control, leading you. A second key I believe that leadership needs is knowing and understanding what is your mission. Leadership has to have a clear idea. You need, as a leader, a clear idea what is your mission, what is your purpose, what is your reason for existence, what is your contribution, what is your passion, who do you want to reach with that desire, with that contribution, who are you serving with your mission. Having a clear-cut assignment is very important, because otherwise you're on a rowboat in the middle of the ocean with nowhere to go. But when you have clarity on your mission, and let me say this, at times it sometimes takes time for you to discover that mission, and that's why there's that development phase, that process of growing into your leadership. Even though potentially every single one of us is a leader, we grow into our leadership as we discover our mission, and that mission gets more and more clarity, and we develop until we know that mission with absolute clarity. Is what is our passion, what is it that we want to give to the world, what is our contribution, and who is that world, who are those people that we're going to serve with that mission. A third key is leadership is about servanthood. It's about having the right heart. Jesus took off his rabbi outfit in John chapter 13, and he put on the apron of a servant and washed the disciples' feet. It wasn't so much about the washing of the feet that was the issue. The washing of the feet was part of the tradition, but what really was the issue was, what I've done to you, you must do for one another. And Jesus was showing them the heart. He was prepared as a rabbi, as a teacher, as a leader, to take off his the mantle, in a sense, of what leadership is. What would make him be recognizable as a leader. He was prepared to take that off and put on the garment of a servant. And he was prepared to humble himself. He was secure enough to do that and to show them that it's not about your position, it's not about your title, it's not about how you look, it's about your heart. And so, a third key to leadership is having the right heart. The fourth key to leadership is understanding that it's about significance. It's about inspiring, influencing, and it's about impacting. That is significant leadership, is that you're not controlling, you're not imposing, you're not manipulating, you're not intimidating, but you're inspiring. Inspired means to ignite, it means to breathe in, it means to spark passion, conviction, to spark a deep conviction in others' hearts. You can give them something that is beyond themselves. That's inspiration. Influence is the ability to build a trust relationship, not a controlling relationship, but a trust relationship, so that you can bring influence for them to reach their full potential. And then making an impact, having an impact, is where you can bring difference, you can bring change, where you can bring transformation. And the three go together, because the one cannot be without the other. You need to inspire, you need to influence, and then you can impact. And that's all makes up the concept of being a significant leader. Significance is important as a leader. And then your fifth key is leadership is about empowering the next generation. It's not holding on to power, holding on to authority, holding on to a position. It's giving it away. It's mentoring, deploying, and releasing the next generation. Jesus from the get-go had his vision set and gave it to them. I'm going to leave. I'm going to die, I'm going to leave, and you're it. You are the assignment. You've got to carry this. So you guys, you've got to learn. And he spent then his time mentoring the 12. When this huge crowd, one day, it says in Luke chapter 12 that an innumerable company came to him. It says he turned to his disciples and said, you know, most leaders at that point in time would say, listen, here's my ministry arrived. Get the news cameras. Let's get the thing going, get the marketing going. This is it, boys. You know, now you've got to, you know, make my ministry happen. But he didn't do that. He turned to his disciples and said, and in his focus was mentoring the leadership around him, mentoring them, preparing them to deploy them, to release them, empowering them, equipping them for the leadership that they would carry when he left. And that is the 5, I believe, essential keys that every leader needs. Every leader needs to be self-leading, self-disciplined, needs to have a clear mission, needs to understand what it is to have the right heart, a servant heart, needs to be significant, needs to empower the next generation. 5 essential keys that give you the heart of successful leadership.